Sleep. Stop the sleepless nights, the party for one in your mind, and the anxiety spin cycle playing out in your head. Today, we're going to explore how sleep deprivation has an impact on our mental as well as our physical health. Lack of sleep is directly linked to diseases such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and depression. Did you know it's actually a form of torture? 72 hours of sleep deprivation has been deemed inhumane as a form of torture by United Nations.
Wow.
As well as it can bring on hallucinations, paranoia, total emotional dysregulation. Welcome, everyone, to the very first episode of The Shpeel. Welcome, Stuart Heller, to our very first episode.
Lovely to be here with. It's a subject
Fantastic.
many people need help with.
Have you ever had any experience of the kind?
Yeah, I think we'd be fooling ourselves really if we said we've never had any trouble with sleep ever. And we've been in the wellness space for 16 years. My wife's a therapeutic reflexologist. And this is something that we experience with people a lot, all about nutrition, but all about also how you're resting in the evening is such a massive, important part of our lives.
Exactly that. And I'm Lydia Harris. I'm a rapid transformational therapist, and I use hypnotherapy to apply therapy where we need it most at a subconscious root level. So exactly what you say there, Stuart, it's about what you do in the day and then how you get into that calm before falling asleep. So when clients come to me, and they often come to me with a sleep deprivation issue, and often what lies beneath are all the things you just said as well. They're not doing the stuff that they need to do. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, it's not just about the end of the evening where it's now time to sleep. Obviously all the things about getting off your phones and all those little tricks and things, but it's also about how you actually start your day. How you start your day is how you're going to end your day. It's about what you do throughout the day, and we'll discuss a little bit more about that, about what you are doing to your body or putting into your body, mindset, body, everything is how you're going to end your day and how you're actually going to sleep because
I
it's
love I
yeah,
love what you said there. It's like what you're putting into your body. So as soon
yeah.
as a client comes to me for sleep issues, I say to them, what the shit are you putting in your body?
Yeah, yeah,
And I said
exactly.
shit, not the other
Yeah,
one, because it's
less, yeah.
S.H.E.T. So what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you eating? And what are you thinking? Seeing, of
Absolutely.
course, what are you watching on social media, on TV? What programs are you watching? They're not called programs for nothing. They are programming you. And then hearing, of course, is it going down the conspiracy theories? Are you listening to news on the radio in the car mindlessly? Is there a toxic friend in your ear pointing out all the negative
Mm.
things in your life? And then, of course, E is for eating, and we're going to go back to you on that.
Yeah, everything you've just said, especially we're getting so programmed by everything around us. But it's really about what you're putting into your cells. As I said earlier, it's about there are three things that you need in life. You need good nutrition, exercise, getting your body moving, and sleep. Those are the three things you need. But it's, how you're starting your morning, how your cells are regenerating throughout the day. And also, when we sleep at night, that's when our body's cells are regenerating. Now, if we haven't put enough nutrition in it right throughout the day, they can't regenerate. And your body can't go into that deep sleep because it's crazily looking for ways to regenerate your cells, which it hasn't got because you haven't fed it properly during the day. And that's where the nutrition side of it comes in. Are you getting all your macronutrients, your phytonutrients, enough protein, enough potassium, magnesium, selenium, all those essential nutrients that you need to put into your body every day? And that's kind of what we've been doing for the last 16 years is other than helping people with energy and other factors of nutrition, it's really about how we're going to end the day having enough nutrition in our body.
And on that thread, it's not just about what you put in, which is extremely imperative, but it's also what you keep out. What
Yeah.
are you keeping out your body? Anything that is toxic in any way, overly processed things, People mindlessly pop a pill, medication to sleep, medication for energy, medication for all sorts of things, just auditing all of those inputs. And then coming back to the last input, which is thinking, or rather the stinking thinking, as they say. Like,
I like that.
what are you
Yeah.
thinking about? What are the thoughts that you're allowing to populate your mind? Because what you think about, you bring about. Thoughts become things. And the more you talk about your problems, the more you dig deep into them, the more you embed and encode them into the subconscious, and then they become automated. Then you're thinking the whole world is against you, especially people that have had trauma. A beautiful time between asleep and awakeness is when that little Pandora's box kind of opens, and anything that's been underlying kind of tends to seep out into your conscious awareness. Once it takes hold, that's when that rat race of toxic thoughts, the to-do list, the guilt, the shame, the anxiety, the worry, the stress. Every thought you think causes a chemical to release in the body. And you were saying about your cells and how you feed your cells is so important. It's the same thing. The chemicals that are being pumped, like the cortisol that's being pumped into your body for the fight or flight, it's just a thought playing out in your mind. So if you're thinking about your traumatic experience, or that person is out to get you, or whatever it is, your body doesn't say, this is a real thought, I must now put you in fight or
Yeah.
flight, or this
Mm.
isn't a real thought, so just chill and go to sleep. Your body only reacts to the thoughts. Dr. Bruce Lipton is the one that talks about that a lot, and how that influences your sleep, because now you've got adrenaline. Your body's ready
Mm.
to go, to fight and to run away.
Something that you mentioned there with the cortisol, that's a thing that we are suffering with hugely. High cortisol, high acid levels, is so difficult to go to sleep when you've had that all day long. And it's not just about stress. We are looking, is that car coming? Is that person going to walk across the road when I'm driving? What has this person said? I've seen this. Those are all parts of our stress. It's not just the actual really stressful moment. It's our brains are
Exactly.
getting millions and millions, our nervous system are getting millions and millions of little messages all the time. That rises the cortisol, which rises the acid
Exactly.
levels. And so we've got to lower the acid levels in our body. We've got to look at our microbiome. We've got to look at getting enough
Yes.
pre and probiotics into our body, getting enough
Mm.
nutrition. So we've got a lot of products that kind of can really help with that, lowering the acid levels and allowing the body to go into that calmer state before you go to bed at night.
How can your products support us in getting the sleep we need?
Yes, yeah. So,
Please.
again, yeah, so we've got a really big range of products, but today we're kind of focusing more on the
Yeah.
sleep, but it's not just, we haven't got products that put you to sleep. It's,
No, no, no.
it's not about that. We don't want to give you medication. We aren't medication. Our products are just food. Herbalife's been around
Yes.
45 years. We're in 97 countries. And we are the world's #1 nutrition company. So we've got a couple of products that can really, really help with this. One is something called our ProCore, which is gut health. Okay, gut health. It also increases your immune system. It creates a sheath around your villi. And without going into them too much, but we've also got something called BioAccess, which is a pre and probiotic, which is so essential. There's so much more research going into your microbiome. We've got the aloe. We've got an aloe concentrate, which lowers the acid levels, normalizes the pH in your body, which is so
Okay,
important.
fantastic.
The one more, we've got something called Nightworks. And what that
Mm.
does, it's got something called L-arginine in it, which helps the body produce nitric oxide at night. So it
Mm.
dilates the arteries, increases the sponginess of your arteries, which allows more oxygen flow to the brain. So that really kind of helps your body go into a deeper sleep at night.
Wonderful. And I think that's the whole thing, is that it's not about finding products that you can stuff down and actually
Yeah.
chemically
No.
cause more burden on your body and load up more anxiety and more stress. It's about putting things that came from the earth, that are
Yeah.
created for you specifically, things that your body actually knows what to do with.
Using them in conjunction with a healthy lifestyle. So we're not saying use those
Yes.
products that they're going to solve everything.
No,
They're
no,
not
no.
magic, but if you use them in conjunction with healthier choices and
Mm,
healthier
mm.
life choices, that's where you come in.
Yeah.
That's going to really, the combination is really going to get you those sleep results that you desperately need.
Exactly. It's about having that sleep etiquette. Like you said, a quick Google search can tell you switch the lights off, have a sleep mask, have a
Yeah,
nice bath, do some calm down time, put this thing away,
yeah,
away.
absolutely.
And it's
Which
all
is so
those
difficult for all of
inputs.
us.
It
So
is so
difficult.
difficult.
It
But
really
if we
is.
don't prioritize our sleep, I mean, look at these things. 72 hours of poor sleep can cause hallucinations, paranoia, total emotional dysregulation. And people that are struggling seriously with their mental health, the first thing that goes out of whack is their sleep. And the
Mm,
problem is the way we are set up with a psychiatrist's help and medical interventions. And I'm not saying I'm completely against it, but it's too easy to just pop a pill and hope for the best. And in my personal experience with clients, it actually puts everything out of whack. So there's different ways that hypnotherapy can help you if you can't sleep. Number one is cleaning out that closet and forming a new meaning. It's not that it's magically going to take away having your life disrupted in a major way. What
mm,
it does is it takes you back to the scene and allows you to reorganize the way you think about it. So, Stuart, if I can explain to you that it's not actually the events that shape our trauma, it's our understanding of them. So it's what we
yeah.
make of the event. One person can be held at gunpoint and survive it and think, oh my gosh, my life is doomed. I must never leave the house again. I can't be in a car, can't drive anywhere, can't. Another person can have the exact same experience and look at it very differently. Oh my goodness, I'm not living on purpose. I could have lost my life. Now I'm going to
Yeah.
live full out. It's the
Mm,
same event, but it's two completely different meanings. And that is where rapid transformational therapy is so brilliant at helping you to kind of jump and move over that hurdle in your life rather than honing in, talking about it, and ingraining that problem further and further into your life.
mm,
And then that becomes your whole life story. This
yeah.
happened to me. And then what? And then this happened to me. And it happened to me. And the
Yeah.
more you think about it, the more stuck you stay. So that was my
And
little
we
spiel
all
about that.
no, I mean that's so interesting, and we all deserve to sleep. You know what I mean? Like
It's
we
necessary.
deserve deep, deep sleep, and we deserve to feel energized, and
Yeah,
we deserve to feel great. I mean, I mean, this is why they need to come to you to actually get, to delve deeper into this. And
yeah.
but a person, in my opinion, needs to be ready for this. A
No,
person
definitely.
needs to
Mm,
have
mm,
made that choice that they actually want better sleep and
change.
better nutrition, yeah, and change. And don't
Exactly.
leave it too late. A lot of people
Yeah.
leave it way too late where they can actually stop something like this before it gets out of hand. Do you agree?
Exactly, because what
Yeah.
happens is then we turn to coping mechanisms, and it's,
Mm,
that one glass of wine becomes a bottle of wine.
yeah,
It could be something else. And we overly stimulated right up until the time we go to bed, and then it's like having a computer and you've got all the tabs open. Every single tab is open. You're watching
yeah.
TV, you're on your phone, you had a fight with your partner, and this is happening, and tomorrow, and there's stress, and there's money, and there's children, blah 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 blah
Mm,
blah blah, blah. And you're like, okay, but now I want to sleep.
mm. Well,
Your
I had
brain's
a
like,
client.
whoa.
Yeah, I had a client yesterday that was with me, and she sleeps about 4 hours a night. And as soon as, just like you were saying, she gets into bed and she's wide awake. So she lies there, and then she can't sleep, and she'll get out of bed and she'll either start working, or she'll watch something on her phone, which is the worst thing. So it's just going to get worse and worse. So
And that cycle is very difficult to stop when you're in it because you never think it's going to end. But
yeah,
also, what she's doing is she is causing a habit. First, you make your habits, and then your habits make you. So if
yeah,
she forces herself, get up every day, 5 o'clock in the morning, make yourself so tired that you don't have any options but to fall asleep when you go to bed at night.
mm,
Go exhaust your body with exercise. Do a meditation. I mean, there is so much help in YouTube. You can just listen to anything and just let your body
yeah.
calm down. And if there are niggling thoughts and feelings, go to a professional. If you have a backache, you go to a chiro. And if you've got a stomach ache or whatever, you go to a doctor. Go to a professional, get your mental state looked at, because it's the one investment that is going to permeate every single choice you make in your life.
Yeah.
When
Jim
you
Rohn has a beautiful quote when he says, "Look after your body. It's the only place you have to live." And that's
love
really what it
that.
comes to.
So, if anybody is interested in getting a free reset, rest and repair audio, there's one on my website. You can download it absolutely free, and you can start to test out what it's like to just put an audio on and allow yourself to go into that calm state and just listen to the music and to my voice and allow yourself to go to sleep. And what you said
Mm.
earlier about your cells, this is going to calm the body and your nervous system right down to a cellular level. It actually prompts your cells to rejuvenate and replenish while you're in this deep sleep. So
Beautiful.
anybody is
And,
very welcome.
and at the same time, put the right nutrition into those cells at the same time. If you get these both right, guys,
Oh,
you're going to
yes.
find incredible results and you're going to feel so much better. So you can on our recording, you'll see that my details will be there. You can contact me.
Yes.
We don't just sell our products. We first do a consultation with you, either online or on Zoom. If you're in our area, come and see me. We'll do a wellness evaluation, and then we can recommend and show you and help you and guide you along the way about how you can use them in combination with all those healthier choices as well.
That's amazing. Thank you for that. And I just love that it's natural products. It's like you said, it's not medication, it's food. And also just take responsibility for your own mental state. Do the stuff that needs to be done. It's not rocket science. It's just coming home to yourself. You wouldn't put a 2 liter Coke bottle of drink into your car as petrol because it'll
Yeah,
break the car, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's not going to go far.
yeah.
So that's what we're doing to our body. We're taking it for granted. So just stop it. Stop it.
Just stop it. There we go.
Just stop it.
Just stop it. Yeah.